Good afternoon and welcome to the afternoon draw of the Curling Stadium Martensville International. It's draw number 12 and our featured game just in progress. The new Mike McEwen team now playing out of Ontario, playing against Alberta's Kleibrink. My name is Jason Chang. I'll be bringing you the action from the ice to your device. We're getting near the end of the preliminary round. Only 2 more draws after this. Most teams onto their final games. Team Kleibrink, they are 1-3 out of playoff contention, but would love to finish off strong with a victory here. Team Mike McEwen, they're 3-1, right in the playoff mix. Another win will assure them of a playoff spot. A loss, we'll see if there are any tiebreakers required. Team McEwen, they won the last stone draw to the button. They have last rocks, playing the Blue Stones. Let's set things up a little bit. This is the new look Mike McEwen. No longer will be wearing Manitoba colors. He's flanked by third Ryan Fry, second Jonathan Duke, and lead Brent Lang. A very experienced team. This is Jonathan Duke throwing the second stone, 39-year-old from the Kingston area. You might remember him from the Brier. He played with Scott McDonald out of Ontario. Being asked to play and draw around this off-center guard. Nicely played. Fights the top 4 perfectly around cover. Kyler Kleibrink. Yes, the son of Shannon Kleibrink. They are playing with 3 today, it looks like. Normally their lead is Evan Van Amsterdam. Looks like he's out of the lineup today. Chris Kennedy throw the first 3 stones. Dustin Teltoff, a Saskatchewan native, being brought onto this team. And Kyler Kleibrink, 26 years old, from the Calgary area. He throws the last 2.
Line's great, all you.
Freeze being asked for here. Comes right to the corner. Bumps it a little, and with the movement in the ice, it might be possible for Team McEwen to just push this rock back. Not sure what Mike was looking at there, checking out Dustin's broom.
Back line, chip and in's good.
We do have 3 other matches
Back 12.
in progress as well. Draw number 12 on the men's side. Michael Brunner, Yannick Schwaller, an all-Swiss affair. Clancy Grandy playing against Lorraine Schneider, and Nancy Martin against Christy Watling. We'll keep you up to date on all those scores, but if you want to put those streams up on your device as well, you can. Go to curlingzone.com, click those YouTube links. They'll take you right there. And of course, if you're watching us on CBC Sports Online, thanks very much for joining us there as well. You can see there the nice finish in the ice. You can get across the face, tap that red stone back. Mike McEwen, second and third shot, but in a great spot, both above the tee line. Shot and stone belongs to Team Kleibrink. They're in the back of the 4, just fighting. We have to make a play on this top blue one. It's the one that's causing Team Kleibrink the most trouble. Not easy to make the double here. I think you just want to hit this, roll a little bit to the thrower's left. he happened to get the double, that'd be lucky. But the jam was on for sure. It does spill everything out. There is a red stone hanging around the edge of the 12. It looks like it's just out of the rings. But with everything disappearing there, Mike McEwen will go around this off-center guard once again. Ryan Fry joining this team. Of course, Ryan was playing with John Epping over the last quadrennial. Of course, he's got an Olympic gold medal with Brad Jacobs. Trying to find that success once again with this new lineup. Dustin Kaltoff trying to follow Ryan's rock down, try to play a corner freeze onto the blue. Coming up and helping sweep, gets it almost there. Really nice line. It's a nice shot. Team McEwen thinks they can again hit this onto the inside, push it past the blue and roll a little bit behind cover. Well, Dustin Kaltoff, he's got a lot of mixed doubles experience from the past, so he's not unfamiliar with throwing his rock and then jumping up and catching up and sweeping. He played with Nancy Martin in the past, Marlies Kastner as well. Had some good success in mixed doubles. Well, this rock crashes on the guard. They're trying to roll this one in. It won't spin enough. Well, now the force is on. You can make a play on this red onto blue. Roll that shooter to the left-hand side. You'll spread out the two reds. Make a double very difficult for McEwen. And then if you can just exchange hits, you'll have a chance to force Mike McEwen to one in the first end. That would be mission accomplished for Team Kleibrink if they could do that. Just getting sweeping this hard, trying to hold the line. It is starting to overcurl. Will they catch the blue on the back? No, they don't. Overcurls quite a bit, in fact. Want to hit that much thinner than that. Now blue is still shot stone. Well, now Mike McEwen, what he wants to do is spread out his two blue stones. To do this, you could just draw to the side of the 8-foot, maybe even with the other blue, leave no double. The other way to do it is to actually hit this red stone and roll to the other side of the sheet. A little bit surprised he's just not drawing to the other side of the 8-foot, leave the two blues even. Maybe just unsure about the speed of the ice because you are going center line out, and when you're doing your pre-tournament practice, you're typically going outside in because you're trying to practice for that draw to the button. Oh, Burrow hits it on the nose, so there is a double possibility, but Tyler has to be a little bit careful. There is that red catcher on the side that this blue can jam on. Without last drop, final stone for Team Kleibrink, looking for blue onto blue, but just jams it. So now free opportunity to put a rock anywhere into the rings, really, for his second point. Looks like he selected a path where if his weight is a little bit heavy, he'll run into his own blue stone, so give himself a little bit greater margin of error. First in with last stone, Mike McEwen, he just needs to hit paint to pick up 2 points. This was a fairly easy 2 for them. Never in danger of giving up a steal. Caught a mistake from Team Kleibrink, maybe a couple little mistakes, and that's 2 points on the board. So Mike McEwen off to a good start, 2-0 after the first end.
Imagine a place with endless possibilities. Imagine a place where people come together to build families, businesses, and communities. Imagine a place where small-town values and progressive qualities are in perfect harmony. Imagine a place rich with so much vitality. Imagine your future in Martensville.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Team McEwen gets 2 in the first. Team Kleibrink, their first opportunity with last stone. They're going to go with the corner guard. Just a quick look at the standings on the men's side. There are 10 teams in this Curling Stadium Martensville event. 5 will make the playoffs, so the top 5 go through. Colton Flash, he is 4-0. Steve Laycock, Mike McEwen, Riku Yana Misao from Japan. They're at 3-1 in very good shape to make the playoffs, especially if you can get the 4 wins. Jan Schwaller, 2-1. Schwaller's got 2 games left. He's on the ice right now against his countrymates, Mikhail Brunner. John Epping at 2-2, still in the hunt, but needs to find a win in his last game. He's playing in our next draw. That's our feature game, Flash and Epping. 5 p.m. Saskatchewan time. Then the teams at 3 losses, well, that's too many already. Brunner from Switzerland, Kleibrink, Dallin Myers at 4 losses, 1-4, his tournament's done. And Cody Hartung 0-4, playing for Pride.
Top 4.
Well, 2 McEwen rocks in the top of the rings, stacked up. One in the top 4, one in the top 12. Team Kleibrink, they're going to make use of their corner guard. They're just going to go around it. Some teams might elect to play a hidden roll off the top one, but it is easier to just draw a rock to a particular spot than to hit and roll. Of course, you do take on a little bit more risk just playing the draw and not removing an opponent's stone. They would have liked that one to stop a little bit higher in the rings, but they were sweeping it to try to get it as buried as possible. You can still see about a third, maybe 2/5 of that rock, and with the curl in the ice, Mike McEwen, he's going to ask Jonathan Buke to chase it, maybe roll the shooter towards the center line afterwards. You do have to be careful. 5 rock 3 guard zone. You can't remove that guard. So if you're accidentally tight, that guard will go back up if you take it out of play. But this rock looks well controlled. Makes the contact, rolls it behind onto the back 8. And now with 3 McEwen stones in the rings, Team Kleibrink, they're going to de-risk the situation. They're still going to try to go around the corner, but this time using the hidden roll instead. If you don't quite make the hidden roll, you can also get the double and open things up a little bit. This rock needs to curl though. Well, with the shooter rolling out, Mike McEwen, he's going to eliminate this corner guard. Try not to give Tyler anything to work with to generate the offense. Just straight on field here. It was curious. They didn't take a lot of ice, Tyler Kleibrink, on that last hidden roll, and threw some decent weight at it. I would have liked to see them maybe take a little bit more ice, bring the weight down. You've got a better chance to control that roll with a little bit less weight and also less likely to roll out. If you stuck in the rings, even if it was wide open, McEwen probably either has to hit your open rock, or if he takes the guard, you can then guard your shot that you just threw.
9, 10. A little heavy. Just through. Wait too hard.
Well, Team Kleibrink with the guard gone, making use of the rocks in the rings to generate offense. That's a really nice freeze onto the McEwen stone in the back of the 8, but don't think there's any way Mike can blast this out. Well, he could maybe run his own shot stone into it, but I don't think he wants to move that blue stone in the top of the 4 yet. You can just tap the red, take the backing off, and sit right in front, so right on the nose, this tap if you can.
Back 4. Let's go.
going to be trying hard to carve this rock over. Can't get it quite there. The Kleibrink rock still very much locked against that blue stone. And now a bigger wall forming in the back 12 with 2 blue stones there. Dustin Kaltoff throws his rock, gets up to help sweep. They're continuing to go to the back of the rings, making use of this top 4 rock pretty much as a guard. Wanted to stop it in the back 4. Comes a little bit deeper than they called, but it's not bad. Those red rocks still really are locked in there right now. Not sure either of them will go right now. Maybe if you threw a lot of weight, the top one might spill off. Well, you have to get the backing off of that red stone. So I think you have to play some sort of a hit. I think you play it quiet. So you can stay in front of those red stones, try to hit nose. That's what Mike is motioning for. Just through weight, it looks like. This rock looks like it might be over curling into their own shot stone. It is. It's going to push the shot stone over, rolls over to the other side. And see McEwen sitting first, maybe second, but a double on the blue stones is there right now. Might be a bit too early to play the double. You can also hit the blue that is in the 8-foot and roll in front of the blue that's on the 4-foot. So either the hidden roll on top or the double, either is good. I think they've called for the double. Chris Kennedy sweeping hard to hold the line. Will it catch the other one? Yes, it does. A little bit on the thin side, though. The red does spill right out those rings through the back. Not quite out, but most of the way out. Shot stone, second shot now. Belong to red. That's Team Kleibrink. And again, those 2 red rocks are still very much locked in there. I'm not sure they can get any of them out with a hit. Maybe if you hit the top red one really hard, it'll spill off the red and then spill off the other blue and spin upwards and out. Certainly Mike McEwen, he can throw the big weight, so maybe it is there. Well, I think if Mike McEwen knew for sure that he'd get one of the red ones out, he would have made this call much quicker. He took a little bit of time. That means he's got some doubt as well. I think that's what he's going with. Good weight. Try to spill the Red Rock out. One of the Red Rocks out. The other one isn't going anywhere, I don't think. The one sandwiched in between. Well, with the way he's actually thrown, it looks like he's trying to just hit it and stay in front. So he must not have thought he could get the Redstones out. That's why the much softer weight. It is a bit wide. Rolls away. Team Kleibrink still sitting too, but at least he's gotten some of the backing off. But still, now the red shot stone doesn't look like it will spill out. It's kind of sitting in that pocket. So Team Kleibrink is definitely set up for a couple points. Maybe even more than a couple. Trying to decide where to place that rock. I think he's decided to draw. On your screen to the right side of the 8-foot. Needs to get it there. I think they just make it for third shot. A little bit casual with the sweeping on the speed, but they do manage to get it in there. Again, maybe just fooled a little bit because you're going inside out, crossing that center line, and during practice, you're typically breaking down the outside in path to practice for your draw to the button. So that inside out shot, that path not broken down as much and still speeding up. I think we heard Mike McEwen said same shot. So a soft weight hit, you'll get rid of one of the reds. The second red will jam, but what you're hoping for is to stay in front of that red and make it difficult for Team Kleibrink to remove it. Or if they do remove it, they also lose the shooter and only get 2 instead of 3. So let's see if Mike McEwen can execute a bit better. He was a bit wide on the last shot, rolled away. He's a little bit wide again, but this one is coming up a bit better. He makes the hit, gets rid of one of them, but again, rolls off. So another under curl, and now it is a free draw for that third point for Team Kleibrink. Well, on that first end, it was a couple of mistakes from the Kleibrink team that led to a pretty easy 2, a very low risk 2 for Mike McEwen this time. Without guards in play, Team Kleibrink makes use of the McEwen rocks in the house, using the freeze a couple of times. Very well executed, a couple of miscues from Team McEwen, and now already sitting 2. They've got a tie game, and this is the shot that will give them the lead after 2 ends. Tyler jumping up as well to sweep Evan Van Amsterdam, not in the lineup today. They're playing with 3. They look pretty happy with the shot now. Just dusting it in to the top of the 4, top of the button. It is 3 points. Team Kleibrink, they're up 3-2 after 2 ends.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. You are what matters most. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be a part of your community. From the dance competitions, to the rodeos, to helping discover and embrace technology across the province. We're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Every year, SaskTel contributes nearly $3 million to approximately 1,000 nonprofits, charities, associations, and events in more than 200 communities across Saskatchewan. So keep dancing, keep laughing, keep discovering, and we'll be there to help, to lend a hand, and join in the fun. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will, because we are dedicated to our home. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Just a 2.
Third end underway now. Team McEwen has the last stone advantage back, trailing by 1. Few mistakes in the first 2 ends by each team, but that's what's led to this 3-2 scoreline after 2 ends of play. Team Kleibrink, they've been on the ice once before as well this season. Last week, the Curlin Stadium Alberta Series in Leduc. They had a 2-2 record in the preliminary round, lost the tiebreaker. 1-3 this weekend. Had a win over Dallin Myers. Then the losses to Flash, Laycock, and Schwaller. Out of playoff contention now, but hoping to finish off strong. I mean, early season, you're not too concerned about your record per se. You do want to gel as a team and with these new lineups. Of course, Dustin Kaltoff used to play out of Saskatchewan, so he's the local boy, let's say, on this team for this tournament. But now playing with this Alberta rink. Chris Kennedy had been playing with Karsten Sturmey. Evan Van Amsterdam, he's been a long-time skip himself through juniors and into his early part of his men's career, moving to the lead position. Quick look across the sheets. Yannick Schwaller taking 2 in the second end. He's up 2-1 over Michael Brunner. All Swiss battle. Yannick Schwaller, he's right in the playoff hunt. Brunner eliminated already with 3 losses. Clancy Grandy, she's got the last stone advantage in the third end, down 1-0 to Lorraine Schneider of Saskatchewan. Nancy Martin, she's 3-1 in the standings, leading the Saskatchewan contingent on the women's side, but it's given up 2 points to Christy Watling, so down 2-0 in the third with Last Rock. Nancy Martin trying to put up a 4th win and get herself into the 6-team playoff on the women's side. They've got 12 teams in the draw, the men 10, so half of the field in each side of the draw will make the playoffs. I think that was a miscue from Chris Kennedy, trying to hit the rock in the house and catches the guard instead. Team McEwen with Last Rock, they've got 2 in the house. They are grouped together for a pretty simple double, so they will need to try to either protect this situation or maybe rejiggle what's in the rings.
Halfway. Right, we're tight here, we're tight. Try it. Halfway.
The guard was called. It's coming a bit tight, and I think there is a triple there. Pretty close. Yeah, all of them spill out pretty easily. Good news for Team McEwen. The Kleibrink shooter stays as a corner guard, so I expect Mike to go around it. He's saying go to the back of the rings, try to get this fully buried, create a little bit more separation between the guard and your blue stone. If you go just top rings, the run back will be pretty simple.
Gotta finish.
Pretty much exactly where McEwen asked for it. So Team Kleibrink, they're going to follow it down, try to neutralize the situation that way. Comes right to the face, so you'll see Mike asking for Ryan to follow this one down as well. Maybe just a little bit heavier than they wanted, so didn't quite finish as hard. Bounces off the red stone just a little bit. I think you can get to the inside, push the blue one back, or probably even out. Pretty much can see all of the rock. Looks like they've lost the line already here. So now trying to punch the redstone up a little bit. Ryan was just a little bit heavy on his last rock, so he wants to take 5 or 6 feet of weight off of this. Make sure this stops in the top of the rings. Top 4 is where they want it. Not bad, maybe still a touch too deep. You could corner freeze onto this rock right now. You might not get shot stone, but if you corner freeze, your rock will be in a decent spot.
It's there. But this is easier if it doesn't fall.
You're having a look at whether you can see enough of it to play a hard takeout. Catch a corner of that blue. That blue will squirt to the right on the screen sideways. The back blue will go out. It is possible. You're having another look at how much you can see. I think you definitely can see enough. It's a tough shot though. Tyler's looking around for an easier shot. Looks like he's decided to play the red stone that's in the top of the 12 into the blue. Just get rid of one blue stone. Kind of sit right in front of the other blue, the stone that he's raising up. This one as well. There is a lot of curl in the ice, and I think if you have a bit of deviation from the weight that's desired, you're going to get more curl than you want. We've seen that across many games today and throughout the last couple of days. Well, as it stands right now, if you don't do anything, Kyler does have a big weight double. You can probably make the triple, actually, by just hitting the top blue on the left-hand side, the center line side. The top blue will squirt out to the right. The back blue probably drags onto the other back blue and spill everything out. So I think you need to do something to protect the situation. McEwen with last stone. Advantage here in the third and down by 1. He's threatening to score multiples here. I think they're trying to come all the way in for third shot. Get it a bit behind that red stone that it just rubbed. Well, Kyler put that broom down very quickly. I think the quad is possible here.
It would have been better if we didn't roll that so high.
Certainly a triple is there. Big weight. Kennedy trying to keep the line. A couple of the Blues go away. Leaves Kleibrink shot and second shot stone, so makes the triple. Situation's now a little bit tricky. It's not that easy to get into the 4-foot area. You need full 4-foot to score. You really can't draw on the right-hand side of the sheet. You can get the full 4 on the left-hand side. But I'm assuming he's not going to take that draw on the left-hand side. We saw it in the first, and he had a chance to draw on his first rock and decided to hit instead. So Mike maybe not favoring the draw. Instead, I think he's going to come with quiet weight, inside out, hit that back red stone quietly and just squirt himself onto the 4-foot. Team McEwen, they had a great end setup, but one miscue on Mike's first rock. Kleibrink brings the heat, makes the triple, now sits 2, and he's got the force on once again. John Buke trying to help this rock over. They've got to get it by this guard. They do. They've got to get it by this other one, and now onto the other red stone. I think they've got it there for the single point. Dustin Kaltoff having another look. Well, they're having another look at it. Maybe it's closer than I think it is. I thought from the overhead it looked like blue, but here comes Kyler. He's going to have a look. And Dustin's run away to get the measuring device. It must be. Otherwise, he's picking up a phone call, but I think he's going to get his measuring device. We'll get an indication of which stone is closer. Lions moved it back and forth a couple times. Now they're going back the other way. Well, didn't really get an indication of which one was shot stone, so let's go to a break. We'll come back for the fourth end and see what the scoreline is.
Imagine a place with endless possibilities. Imagine a place where people come together to build families, businesses, and communities. Imagine a place where small-town values and progressive qualities are in perfect harmony. Imagine a place rich with so much vitality. Imagine your future in Martensville.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. You are what matters most. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be a part of your community. From the dance competitions, to the rodeos, to helping discover and embrace technology across the province, we're here with you and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Every year, SaskTel contributes nearly $3 million to approximately 1,000 nonprofits, charities, associations, and events in more than 200 communities across Saskatchewan. So keep dancing, keep laughing, keep discovering, and we'll be there to help, to lend a hand, and join in the fun. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will, because we are dedicated to our home. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
After 3 ends, it was a single point for Team McEwen, so a really nice final rock by Mike there. It wasn't easy to get into the forefoot. 3-3 tie. Team Kleibrink, they've got last rock back again. Dodged a bit of a bullet. Team McEwen set up for multiple points. For sure. Definitely had a chance for 2 or 3. But one key mistake let Tyler play a triple and get out of this end, and in fact put some pressure on Mike to even score. Quick look over on the women's draw. Clancy Grandy, she's 3-0 in the standings. She's now leading 4-1 over Lorraine Schneider. Team Schneider, they've got hammer in the 4th. Nancy Martin, they've come back with 2 in the 3rd, so they've tied the game up playing against Christy Watling. Really big game for Christy Watling. She's 2-2. Needs to get to 3-2 to keep her playoff hopes alive. Nancy Martin at 3-1. She can pretty much seal her way to the playoffs with the win. Already through to the playoffs on the women's side. Eunji Kim from Korea tops the standings at 4-0. Silvana Tiranzoni beat Jennifer Jones in our morning draw in a very tight game. Hit a fantastic shot on her last through a port to take 2 in 8 for a 1-point win. She's 3-1 in the standings. Chelsea Carey, Daniela Jens, Jennifer Jones, and of course, as mentioned, Christine Watling. They're all 2-2, so all those teams looking to get the 3 wins. They will be on the ice later this afternoon and tonight. Draw 13 and 14. That's 5 p.m. Saskatchewan time, 8:30 p.m. That's the final preliminary round draw. And then playoffs, quarterfinals, semifinals, and championship finals. That's happening Monday. Of course, those times are Saskatchewan time, so you can do some math to figure out what time you need to set your reminders on. Team McEwen trying to play a center guard here. They've got one buried in the house right now. They've got another one in the side of the 8. I think Team Kleibrink needs to open things up here. Those guards don't look great right now, so try to get a double peel. Blue guard onto red guard. Hit it a little bit on the left side and spill everything out. Got it perfectly there, rolls the shooter away. Actually leaves it as a corner guard, which is quite useful. If they ever get a chance to make a hidden roll, or can even draw around it later if the end progresses nicely. They're still in a little bit of trouble. I mean, Mike, they've got that rock in the top 4. It's guarded by a Team Kleibrink stone in the top 12. They're going to put another center guard up, so there's still some cleanup work left here for Team Kleibrink.
Got it, girl, all the way. Keep going. Keep going.
I really like this call from Kyler. They've got the corner guard now. Their own red stone is guarding the blue stone that's on the top 4. Why not move your own red stone behind the corner, roll your shooter to the right-hand side of the sheet from the thrower's perspective, and actually open up the shot stone that way. Once you get 2 stones in the house, you could also tempt Team McEwen to have to hit one of your rocks. The non-hammer team, they don't want to leave too many of the hammer team's rocks hanging around, because if you can make one double at some point, then you become very exposed to a big end when you don't have hammer. So yes, you can guard the situation. It is a little scary to keep guarding it. Right now, sitting shot and third shot is Mike McEwen. They could play the hit on this rock that is partially behind the corner. I think they're going to play the guard, though. I think it's okay to try one more guard here. Your blue stone is in a good spot right now. It is hard to get at.
Halfway fast. Tight, tight, tight. Well done.
Sweeping for a little bit more curl, trying to close up the port. Really nicely done. I think you're going to make a play on these guards. The question is how to make the play. Can do the double peel. I think that's what Kyler will do. Put it right. It might even be possible to get the blue stone, the second blue stone, shooting straight back into the one on the top 4. That would be a bonus. Got a little unlucky there. They lost their redstone on the side of the rings. That second guard shot across to the other side, jammed on the red. So this makes things a little bit less scary for Mike. There's only now one redstone in the rings. They are still sitting shot stone. So I think they can continue guarding now. This one's looking a little bit deeper than that first one. They really don't want it in the rings, because if it's in the rings, Team Kleibrink can try a double and stay in the rings, but it does stop in time. This time he's trying to run it back. Try to pick off the rock on the top of the floor. Just like that. He can catch the... Well, rolls it far enough, so Team Kleibrink now sitting shot stone. Well, Mike McEwen, he can see at least half of this redstone, and the way the rock curls, there should be no problem getting through this court. You can hit it a little bit on the broom side, the center line side, and roll back towards the 4-foot. You need to roll right onto the top of the button. Be a good spot to be. It's at 3, 1 buried. Put more pressure on Team Kleibrink. There's the hit, rolls it right onto the pin. It's a really nice roll, but there's a chance now for Team Kleibrink to make the straight run back, and if you can hit it nose onto nose, you'll be the one buried behind cover. It is over curling a hair. Will it catch the rock? No, it does not. Just over curled by about an inch, maybe an inch and a half. Drives it by. Now I think you tuck this rock half behind the red, and Team Kleibrink might have nothing to score here. There's no run back right now, I don't think. That red rock and that blue rock as it is already a little bit staggered. You put a rock right where Mike's broom is, and there's no way that red's going into the blue. There's no in-off double. That corner guard can't be run in either, so I guess the only question is how greedy you want to be. If you're trying to steal 1 point here, and I think that would be a good result. If you even end, stealing 1 in 4 and taking 4-3 lead, I think is a good result. Then you just play this half buried into the top 8. That will take everything away for Kleibrink. I don't think he can score. He's probably drawing to the 4-foot to give you 1. If you're trying to steal 2, then you would want to come into the top 4, maybe even right on top of your own stone. If you do that, you might leave Kleibrink a run back. It's hard to say whether that angle is there or not. Or you might be a little bit heavy and chip off your own stone and leave a double. So right now, with a 3-3 lead, I keep playing the shot to try to make sure I steal one. And then if you happen to get a miss from Tyler on his last rock, you might steal more.
Really good line, John. Point.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
SaskTel Be Kind Online wants to stop cyberbullying. Want in on the action? We award up to $1,000 for youth initiatives that help spread kindness and prevent bullying. What great idea do you have to help stop bullying? SaskTel can help. Go to BeKindOnline.com and apply for a grant today. Together, we can make a difference.
Fifth end underway here at Curling Stadium, Martensville. Team Kleibrink playing the Red Stones, Mike McEwen playing the Blue Stones. Really well constructed end from Team McEwen. They had Team Kleibrink in all sorts of trouble there. Steals 2 in the fourth end to lead 5-3. Well, training line 2 now, Team Kleibrink, they're going to put up a corner guard. Chris Kennedy. Normally the second stone thrower, but with the absence of Van Amsterdam, he's taking on the role of 3 stones for the team. Brent Lang doing the lead stones for this new Mike McEwen rink. Of course, Brent played with John Epping most recently. as did Ryan Fry. Of course, Brent was the long-time front-end player for Glenn Howard, who's still going strong. So now with Mike McEwen in Ontario, of course, John Epping still in Ontario, Glenn Howard not going away. Be a very interesting provincial championship. Of course, there's some other great teams up and coming as well in Ontario, so we can't discount the other teams. Second corner guard goes up. This one a high one. They've decided to play the same side corners, and the nice thing about the same side corners is if you get one behind, it's behind two guards. That's one positive. The other positive is you always leave yourself a draw path into the button area. You've maybe taken away your out turn draw if you're righty, but you still have your in turn draw. The clockwise draw is still there. With the 5 rock free guard zone, you can't hit those guards yet, so all Mike can do is protect his 2 stones that are in the rings.
Smooth transition there.
Tyler asking for the takeout and roll over a bit. Add a 3rd guard into the mix. "24 years old, Chris Kennedy." Jonathan Beers being asked to replace that guard. Pretty much the same spot. Will be perfect. Over curls just a little bit. Attempted to make a play now in the rocks and the rings. Hit the blue stone and then roll behind your own corners. Dustin Kaltoff, 39 years old. He's the old man on this team. Evan, Chris, and Kyler all in their mid-20s. So Dustin, the veteran, will bring a lot of experience to this team at the 3rd stones. Catches it a bit thin, moves the blue stone over, but rolls the shooter out. Initially, Mike thought about playing another guard, maybe even chipping his own guard over to leave 2 guards in play. I think they've now decided to just play the draw around into the top of the rings, top of the 8-foot perhaps.
Top 4. Back 8. Back 12. No, Mike. No, Mike. Hold.
Well, maybe we talked about that a little bit too long because Ryan Fry lost the feel for draw weight and slips that to the back of the 12-foot. And now, Dustin Kaltoff, he can make a double here, and if he catches this on the correct ankle, he can sit right behind that off-center guard. Double was pretty easy. Doesn't sit it completely behind the guard, only a piece there. And if you hit that first rock a hair thicker, you would have been a little bit more behind that blue stone. Trying to get it around this guard and this by hit again, over curling here. Chips the guard over to the other side. Shooter pulls almost out of play. So now Team Kleibrink, they've got a fairly good chance to set up 2 points here. The 4-foot right now mostly open. There is that one guard on the right-hand side, but the left-hand side is completely open. And you can go around these guards. Try to sit 2 now. You want it to stop a bit higher than the other stones that's already in the rings. If you slip a little bit too deep, Mike will have a double. I think it just stopped in time to make the double really difficult, if not impossible.
That wouldn't be good for us. You're more than half buried.
There was earlier though.
Mike McEwen his first in the 5th end. Trying to hit on the center line side, roll towards the right and try to be shot stone. It is shot stone. It is behind the red, so you can come through the port and hit it. Port isn't as big as it looks. You have to play this port with the out turn, and because of the amount of curl and the way the rocks are staggered, those guards, that hole isn't as big as it looks. So the other way to do it is to come on the in-turn side, play a quiet tap, move that blue stone, excuse me, back a little bit and sit 2 this way. Working hard to hold the line. It's getting close to the guard. I think it's just going to wreck. Well, the shooter rolls into a decent spot though. Now what do you do if you're Mike McEwen? You could guard, but that's dangerous, because as Ryan Fry motioned, there is an angle run back on the far right-hand side for 3. You can draw in and corner freeze onto the red stone. Corner freeze behind that corner guard on the red stone. You got to be careful doing that. Make sure you don't chip off of it and leave a double for 3. You could just hit the open rock and concede 2 points. Tyler still has to make the gentle tap. Giving up 2 is not a terrible option. If you're in a tie game, you'll have hammers in 6 and 8, so you are definitely the favorite going into the last 3 ends. And once again, Kleibrink still has to make his shot for him to get the 2 points to tie the game. Thinking about this. No time clocks in place, so you don't have to worry about that. If you have a coach, you can also call a timeout and bring them out. Don't think Mike McEwen's got a coach here. But some of the international teams have made good use of their coach. Well, I think decided to protect the blue stone and not hit the back red stone. I don't know exactly where they decided to stop this rock. I think they were talking about the guard most of the way. And I think that's where it's gonna end up. Closes up the port, so I think that does the job. So now the question is, does Kyler take on some risk, play some sort of run back for multiple, or just draw to the button for one? Well, you can make it easier run back one of the blues. And as long as you lose the blue that you're running back and can hold the red stones there, it's for 2. You can play the longer run back, or the greater angle run back on the red. That might be for 3.
Maybe it falls too much. Let's do this one. Just inside nose. Heel.
Final stone, Team Kleibrink. They're trying to run back on the blue guard. Looks like it's over curling on them already. It will be a steal of 1 for Team McEwen. They're going to take a 6-3 lead through 5 ends of play.
We asked Saskatchewan what they know about 5G.
More speed, more innovation.
It's gonna make our lives a whole heck of a lot easier.
This is what 5G looks like. Better, faster.
Sounds like one more G. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what it means.
All you really need to know is the future of 5G is here and will continue improving through investments in network technology.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, Bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
On that one. I wasn't right there.
6th end underway here. Team McEwen doubling up on Team Kleibrink 6-3. These are 8-end games, so there's 3 ends left. Still some time for Team Kleibrink to claw their way back. We've seen some big comebacks already on both the women's and the men's side of the draw during the course of this tournament. So we'll see what Team Kleibrink can do here. They're going to have to put up a guard, probably 2 corner guards. See McEwen, they're going to put another rock in the house. Pretty much set it up exactly the same way as the last end. 2 in the house, then guarding it. Kleibrink, 2 corner guards. Meanwhile, Yannick Schwaller leading Mike Brunner 3-2. Schwaller with the hammer in the 6th. With Peter De Cruz stepping away from competitive curling, Schwaller is now skipping this team with 4th stone thrower Benoit Schwartz. Sven Michel, still the second. Pablo Lachat, the new lead. They are probably the favorites in Switzerland, although they've got a few good teams out of that country, both the men's and the women's side. Francie Grandy up 4-3 with hammer in 6th against Lorraine Schneider. Lorraine looking for her first win of the tournament, 0-3 so far. And Nancy Martin just took a 3 in the 5th end. She leads Christy Watling 5-3. Team Watling with hammer in the 6th. If you're just joining us, my name is Jason Chang. We're in draw number 12. There are 2 more draws later tonight, 5 p.m. and 8:30 p.m. Saskatchewan time. Those are the last 2 draws of this 5-game preliminary match. Preliminary round, excuse me. And then tomorrow, for the final semifinals of the championship finals for all the marbles. Well, similar start as we telegraphed. 2 corner guards, same side corners. 2 rocks in the house for McEwen, guarded by a center guard. So exactly the same setup as the first end. So exactly the same setup as the previous end. And this is exactly the same call that Kyler made last end as well. Hit this center line guard, roll it over a little bit onto the other side. Last time, Chris Kennedy hit it a bit thin and rolled out completely, just had a complete peel. Now let's see if he can do a little bit better. Well, hits it more on the nose, drives it straight back, gets some of the blue rocks moving. Leaves the McEwen stone buried in the forefoot and pushes the other McEwen stone behind the corners. Not the best result there, as you leave the guard there as well. McEwen's 2 stones are now buried. Kind of chokes off the corner guards as well. Another guard was called and well made. They wanted that to be staggered. Interesting call here. They're going to try to peel the blue thinly. And I think they want the shooter to catch the red guard on its way out and maybe push it straight back into the blue stone in the rings. Dustin Kaltoff being asked to play this fancy shot. Almost made contact with that red guard, moved it maybe a foot. If they caught it thinner, then that blue stone or that red stone would be shooting a little bit with more speed back towards the rings and into the other blue stone. Probably another guard will be called now. The situation hasn't changed all that much. Brent Lang carving it over, then switching back to the straight side. Good result. Does the trick. You hit it thin on the center line side now and go across the face of the red stone and shoot the red back into the rings, maybe. It's quite thin though. Tyler was saying maybe the shooter would even squirt over to the right-hand side, that tight guard, and maybe even push that one in. It's hard to know whether a rock will do that, but for Kyler, very heads up to think about it. Well, Dustin's not happy with that throw. Pitched it wide, never gave it a chance, and now this end is starting to get away from them. Yes, you have to take some risks by playing the two corner guards. That left McEwen rocks in a good spot. But you can't make an open miss like that. With the two guards still there, I think they were looking to draw one into the top of the rings, but not sure what happened on that one. Maybe it just grabbed on something. It came to a halt. So a second chance now for Dustin Kaltoff to make amends for his last miss. This one's close, I think. There it goes. Red one comes shooting back. It's going to roll behind the other corner. Really good shot. Great outcome. Red now mostly buried. Second shot, the blue one. That shot stone is wide open.
I walked over to it.
With a 3-point lead, I'd be thinking about this run back. If you peel it off, you peel it off. You hit this guard, as long as you get rid of the guard, Mike McEwen, he is trying to run it back and kill the rock in the house. It looks really good. There it goes. It's going to stay behind the guard as well. Perfect shot by Mike McEwen. Couple of options left. One is to try to freeze onto that blue stone. Freezes are always difficult to make perfectly, even if you're frozen. If you've got a little bit of an angle, if someone can throw big weight at it, they can still usually squeeze it out if the rocks are lively enough. The other option is to try to hit the shot stone and roll to the left on your screen, behind that blue stone that is second shot right now, and try to sit shot stone. This rock over curling quite a bit on Kyler. Might not even catch any of it. I think that has been the most common theme when Team Kleibrink has missed. Quite a few over curls. Not sure whether they're just not trusting the ice, giving them enough room to account for the curl, or maybe a little bit of a soft release. Not sure which. I'm guessing the former, because we've seen other teams have trouble with over curls as well.
Split the line even. Yeah. That point. That looks good, Ryan.
Saskatchewan, you know SaskTel, because we're everywhere. Because being everywhere keeps us connected to you. You are what matters most. With SaskTel sponsorships, we get to be a part of your community. From the dance competitions, to the rodeos, to helping discover and embrace technology across the province, we're here with you, and we're here for you. It's easy to get started. All you need to do is apply. Every year, SaskTel contributes nearly $3 million to approximately 1,000 nonprofits, charities, associations, and events in more than 200 communities across Saskatchewan. So keep dancing, keep laughing, keep discovering, and we'll be there to help, to lend a hand, and join in the fun. SaskTel cares. Always has, always will, because we are dedicated to our home. To apply for sponsorship, visit sastel.com/sponsorships.
Seventh end here, Team McEwen with the hammer up by 2 over Kleibrink. Not a great start for Team Kleibrink. First rock doesn't make it to the hog line. They had a chance to put up the second guard. They do. Brent Lang trying to play the tick shot. Looks to be successful. Really well done. And rolls the shooter in for shot and second shot stone. Quick update on the other sheets. Clancy Grandy, she's 3-0 right now, on her way to a 4-0 record and tied atop the standings, leading Laura Rain Schneider 7-3 through 6 ends. Nancy Martin, Christy Watling, that's an important game for the women's standings. Nancy Martin at 3-1, a win will put her into the playoffs. If Christy Watling wants her playoff hopes alive, she really needs to get a victory. She's at 2-2, try to get herself to 3-2. And Yannick Schwaller playing against his countrymate Michael Berner, up 4-2. Chris Kennedy makes the double, and now a hit has been played. I think that bluestone is out of the rings. They're going to make use of that bluestone as a guard and try to draw around it. At this point, Kleibrink's best bet might be to try to find a way to force McEwen to a single point here, and that's why he's making use of this blue stone that's just outside the rings. If he can get one buried, presumably McEwen tries the run back. If he gets a miss, then Kleibrink can split the rings and then force Mike to a single point. Yes, they'll give McEwen a 3-point lead, but at least you'll get the hammer back. You don't want to blank, because that's what McEwen's angling for right now, but a completely open front. Not too much danger in the rings other than that one blue stone that's off the rings. Gonna try the same shot again. Didn't get buried at all the first time. Pretty much wide open again this time.
Probably a little hard.
Another hit and roll out. I imagine Kyler will continue to try this shot. Adjusting the ice a little bit more. This one looks a little bit better than the other ones. Gets it mostly buried. Ryan Frown being asked to play a quiet hit on the back red, but if he happens to catch that blue stone and just rolls it into the rings, that's an acceptable result. Well done. I think you've come this far, you probably try it one more time here. trying to drag it in as far as they can. Well, mostly open this time. And a piece buried, not bad, good sweeping. Should be a pretty routine shot for Mike McEwen. Makes the hit. This time sticks around. I think you've only got one option, Kyler. I think you got to lay down a freeze. You can try hit and roll, but that's a very difficult roll. You've got to get it rolled as much buried as you can, and you don't have a lot of rings to hit if you try to do that. Last stone of this end for Team Kleibrink. I think they're already losing the line on this one. Not sure if the weight is there. It is just to the top of the 12-foot, not even shot stone. So Mike McEwen, he's already sitting one.
Just give me clear edge at 4. Yeah. I think that should be a good try.
Open draw, full 12 for 2. I'm gonna guess that if they get the 2, it will be handshakes. Being 4 up, but we'll see. Mike McEwen, final stone, 7th end. Perhaps a chance to improve his record to 4-1 and mark a trip into the playoffs. Needs to be full 12. The sweepers have backed away a little bit here. It's a little bit strong, but it looks okay. It'll stop at the back of the rings. There it is, and it is handshakes. Congratulations to Team Mike McEwen. They take this game, doubling up on Team Kleibrink, 8-4 after 7. Team Kleibrink, they finished this tournament with a 1-4 record. Team McEwen, they're playoff bound at 4-1, and we'll see who else makes the playoffs on the men's and women's side after the next 2 draws. 2 more draws coming up tonight, 5 p.m., 8:30 p.m. That's Saskatchewan time. That's 7 and 10:30 p.m. if you're in the Eastern time zone. The other games still on the ice, so if you want to switch to the other streams, or if you have them up already, even better. On behalf of Curling Stadium and the entire crew, Jerry Gertz, James Gordon, Rory McCusker, my name is Jason Chang. See you again later tonight.
Imagine a place with endless possibilities. Imagine a place where people come together to build families, businesses, and communities. Imagine a place where small-town values and progressive qualities are in perfect harmony. Imagine a place rich with so much vitality. Imagine your future in Martensville.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.